Let's just shuffle. Let's just
Skip. Skip.
That used to be me. Now, I'm on the mission to create the perfect shuffle, where every song in the library is less than 50% skippable. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor. We're here in search of the perfect shuffle. And it's time for another segment of Clearing Out the Archives, where I shuffle my music and whichever album pops up. That is the album I review song by song. This morning I shuffled my music and the album that came up was Karma 3 by Dave East. Dave East obviously wants to seem really cool, very hardened, and that may be exactly who he is. But this album feels like he's trying really, really hard. There are some really okay songs. I think the most solid song is the one that features Benny the Butcher, and that's because I believe Benny when he says that he's from the streets, that he's sold drugs, that he's done all these things. The beats kind of fall under that New York style that Griselda is really championing right now, where it's pretty dark, kind of grimy. I think the best songs on here, Dave East just kind of does his own thing. He just raps. There's no singing. Most of the songs with features do not really fit with Dave East's style. I think he's an okay rapper, you know? I don't hate him. I don't love him. I don't think he's incredibly memorable, but he's not something that I would want to turn off because it's bad. So, you know, the solo songs are fine for me. You're going to see a lot of 35% on here, and that's just okay. There are, however, some songs that are just abominations, just really bad. There's one song that has auto-tune to death. It sounds so terrible. You know, I appreciate what T-Pain has done for the world of hip-hop and R&B. That being said, you don't have to be T-Pain. In fact, you kind of do have to be T-Pain if you want to do that style right and sound good. Otherwise, you're just going to sound like a garbled mess. So, that's one of the tracks on here. There's one track that you'll notice that is 100% skippable. Dave East uses the R slur, just straight up, not any context that's going to help that. The other track that I think is especially egregious on this album is F Dat. It has just this terrible refrain, which is just the title of the song, repeated over and over again, but it never stops through the whole song. That is going, as if it's part of the beat. It sounds really bad. It's super annoying. So yeah, here is a breakdown of a rating of skippability for every single song on the album. The highlight is Stone Killer, but that is mostly because of Benny the Butcher. Mathematically, adding everything up, this album is 52% skippable. If the album is more than 50% skippable, that should say something to you. If you like what I'm doing here, like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, let me know what you think about Dave East and what you think about the album Karma 3, if you have any opinions at all. I believe that all musical opinions are valid, and I would love to hear yours if you have them. I'll leave links in the description below for music videos for this album, as well as links to my playlist for Best of 2022, my playlist for Best of 2023 so far, and links to other projects that I'm working on right now. Specifically, I want to shout out my podcast. It's called Critical Darlings. Right now, it's on Spotify, should be on Apple Podcasts soon. Me and my buddy Thomas, we just talk about an album that is critically acclaimed and whether or not we agree with the critics. So check that out if you feel like you need a new podcast to listen to. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle.
I told mommy just go down slow. I'm from the projects, my nigga. Could give a fuck about